Бомба вам, Латуна, с вами Максим, обычный человека-стример Максим. Сегодня у нас третий эпизод The Council. Вот, поэтому как-то вот так вот. Да. Сегодня будем проходить третий эпизод. Надеюсь, будет все хорошо. Надеюсь, не будет все хорошо. Ой. Ой. Ну, пускай будет так. В общем, сегодня будем проходить третий эпизод The Council. Да, я уже несколько раз начинаю. В общем, давайте продолжать. Здрасте. Здрасте.
The only thing I can tell you is that Sarah had indeed changed. In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
You must leave me alone now. I have agreed to everything, even to...
But you do realize your mother will have to accept the consequences of her acts.
I hope that your search will prove successful and bring Sarah back to us soon.
I'll be leaving now because whatever it is you're up to, I do not want to know.
Since then, we have become one and the same. We have officially erased the identity of my sister Emma. Emily Hillsborough. The woman with two...
А чё они губами не шевелят?
Everyone seems to be a little unnecessarily heated. Don't forget where you are, please.
Так, выберите манускрипты. Боже, жесть, короче. Так, хорошо. Давайте посмотрим, что у нас есть, что мы можем изучить. Хитрость. Ну, хитрость нам по-любому нужна. Языкознание. Языкознание не хочу. Манипулирование. Ну, давайте изучим. И еще что-то. Блин, ну языки, наверное. Или как? Или куда? Вход в склеп. Эпизод 3, кстати, называется «Убийство».
Louis? Louis, the conference is about to start any minute. This is not the time to be... Damn it. What's going on?
I don't know exactly, Mr. President. I was looking for my mother and I came upon this body.
My God. You don't think Sarah did it, do you?
Кстати, надо применить какое-то зелье.
Mr. President, you really shouldn't get involved. Please be on your way. I'll take care of this. You didn't come this way and you didn't see anything.
You're right, it's for the best. If Sarah did that, I don't know what kind of hornet's nest she's kicked open. But I do wish you luck, my friend. Oh, darn, the conference is starting. Time is of the essence. Sort this out and join us as quickly as you can in the conference room. Everyone will be expecting you.
Давайте расследовать, что же здесь случилось, кстати.
I didn't come for that.
Your mother's seat cannot remain vacant. You must replace her while she's still missing. Your mother and I were to support Mortimer on this project. I don't know what the subject is, but the future of our countries depends on it. Given the importance of all this to Mortimer, he won't let the conference begin without you. So if you don't want more servants coming looking for you, I'd advise you to join us quickly and to put a brave face on it.
Выбор
The
будет,
best
скорее
favor
всего.
you can do for yourself, Louis, and for Sarah, is to come and support Mortimer's project at the conference.
Look, I don't mind following you, but I should warn you. I have no idea what this is all about. So I can't make any promises as to what I might do. I shall make my decision after the debate, when the time comes.
Ah, very well. As you wish. You will see once you hear everything. But given the situation, I think you will have everything to gain by joining Mortimer's side. I'm going. Don't be long.
Tell them that I'm on my way.
Так, а теперь давайте поглядим, что у нас здесь есть. Правильно, правильно. Нам по-любому нужно будет посмотреть на труп.
Oh, he's dead. What the hell's been going on here? Somebody smashed in the back of his head with something. He slowly bled to death. But that isn't what killed him. They broke his neck.
Снять маску. Интересно, надо будет посмотреть. С оккультным символом воздух.
Let's see what secret's hidden under these masks.
И кто там?
His face doesn't ring a bell. I'm a bit disappointed. Might have expected more from Lord Mortimer.
А я тебе говорю, это все эти...
This is your doing. The situation is getting worse and worse.
Это все они, типа, убийца они. Ну,
Someone's
типа
made a
эти.
fire here, and the ashes are still warm. If you're the one who did it, Mother, it couldn't have been easy with only one hand. I must have just missed her. If only I hadn't wasted so much time getting out of Lord Mortimer's study.
То есть я застрял в кабинете Мортимера и все. А, там что-то спалили, понял.
An old blanket. From the looks of it, it couldn't have kept her very warm. Leftover food. Ugh, not exactly fresh. Must have been here for a while.
Или все в крови. Так, какой-то я нашел орган, что-то там. А, скорее всего, это вот оно. Органон, вижу. То есть я думал, я какую-то улику нашел, а это на самом-то деле не улика, а просто... Ну, понятно, короче, понятно. Так, у нас еще выход здесь какой-то или вход.
Well, the gate is locked.
Ну, вроде бы все, правильно. А чё я тогда сюда перся, я не понял. Типа, ворота закрыты.
Well, the gate is locked.
А я ничего не могу применить, да? Ну, скорее всего, здесь интерактивность такая, что, ну, если бы у меня было что-то, я бы применил. Непосредственно. Кстати, опять эти бочки. Ладно, давайте в этим коридором сходим. Погоди, а как сюда этот президент пришел? Из хрена ли он сюда пришел? То есть, по сути, я ничего не поймал. Ну, то есть, ничего не получил, ничего не... Серьезно? Стоп, не в ту сторону иду. А, здесь один путь. Ну, такое что-то. Разочарован я. Ну, вчера говорю. В тот раз разгадывал просто эти загадки очень долго. Ну, типа, искал статую, которую нужно было проткнуть. И все зазря. Ну, ладно. Так, а что у нас еще есть, кстати? Больше ничего. У нас вообще есть какие-то зацепки?
The song of Roland. Roland feeleth his death is near. His brain is oozing by either ear. With his brain oozing, it's
Already remarkable that he can feel anything.
Я вспомнил эту комнату. Крутая штука. Там вон подозрительная какая-то... Нет? Книженция лежит. Так, хорошо, давайте разбираться, куда нам надо. Столовая, вестибюль, малая гостиная. Это все из-за того, что я взял и застрял в сейфе, хотя там комбинация была намного проще, чем я думал. Нужно было просчитать. Но я думал, что я молодец. На самом деле нет. Заблуждений было много. У меня как раз было 3 варианта, я попробовал 2 из них. Ну, то есть второй меня уже пришпонькал. Что это такое?
Christ Crucified by Velasquez. Look, someone's left a note there. Reserved for the Duke of Alquidia.
Понял. Пошли дальше. У нас тут такой снег идет, это просто жесть. Ну, типа, снега не было целую зиму, а тут прям такой аж...
There's the alchemical symbol of the earth on the lid.
Есть! Что это? А, просто со шкатулки все пособирал? Понял. Загадочные заметки. Как, где их прочитать? Что-то я не пойму. Что-то я промахиваюсь непонятно куда.
Mr. Dorichet, you are expected at the conference. Please take the door to your left to join the guests.
Понял, нас далеко не пустят. Я понял. Хорошо, давайте тут пособираем, что есть.
Golden elixir. Consume without excess.
И пойдем дальше. Минус 7 будет. Но у нас плюс температура. Просто снег валит.
I have suspected it.
Хорошо, давайте пособираем здесь и потом, типа, присядем на дорожку. Поговорите с лордом Мортимером. Но мы сначала поговорим со всеми, а потом уже будем, типа, будем со всякими лордами говорить.
Amber.
Я уверен, что...
A chest with a motif representing the alchemical symbol of water.
I have already told her so once, by your desire.
Are you quite sure, sir? Is there not a little mistake somewhere?
Yes, because she asked.
Ну, естественно, мы с ними поговорим, а потом уже будем, типа, следовать следующему. Ага, золотых эликсиров у меня очень много.
But with respect to any other leading characteristic, I do not imagine that much has been unfolded.
Все, вроде бы мы по кругу прошли. Теперь давайте по кругу со всеми поговорим.
My son, glad you're here.
It seems, Lord, Mortimer's been waiting for you to arrive before beginning. What a pity your mother isn't here for the conference. I hope I'll be able to see her before I leave. I still have a very important letter to give to her.
Feeling all right, Louis? You look like you're miles away.
Everything's fine. Don't worry.
Lord Mortimer wants to talk to you, Louis. Don't make him wait.
Понял, это все, что они нам скажут. Ну, давайте мы, возможно, поговорим с кем-то еще.
I don't know if you ever found what you were looking for in the garden, but Mortimer is waiting for you. I suggest you get a move on.
You say it as if you were afraid of him. I sense that you have things you'd like to say, but something's holding you back. What is going on between you two?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I believed in him. I followed him to the best of my ability. I championed his ideas, defended his decisions, and then, without even realizing it, I became lost. The siren's song, Monsieur de Richet. You wake up one morning, not knowing where you are, and you think about everything you've done for a man who wasn't even worth it. For a man who has no respect for you, who uses you, and who drops you as soon as he no longer needs you. For me, it's too late now. But you still have a choice. Don't respond to his call, sir.
Понятно.
Good evening, gentlemen. Are we ready? The much-awaited conference is about to begin?
That is what we have all been waiting for.
I believe that Lord Mortimer wishes to speak to you before it begins. You should go and see him.
Да, все словные такие. Опа. А, ну да, я же это не подобрал. Ну хорошо, хорошо, пошли поговорим. Я просто не знаю, ну... Кто за повестка дня будет?
Thank you for joining us. We are about to begin our conference. Let me explain what is at stake.
Thank you kindly. But what do you expect of me exactly? My mother's the one who's supposed to attend, not me.
That is indeed what was initially intended. Unfortunately, she still hasn't been found, and my guests can't stay here indefinitely. The conference must begin, and it would be truly beneficial to the Order to join in the project. Consequently, I would like you to replace her during her absence. What is at stake here is of the utmost importance.
It's important that the French Order gets their say. And should you need any advice, don't worry, you are not alone, Louis.
Very well.
Давайте с самого начала начнем.
Explanation of the aim of it all?
Of course, Louis, I was coming to that. The aim of these meetings is to bring together the most influential people in order to think together about the future.
But the future of who?
Of the world, Louis.
Our desire is to steer the destiny of our respective countries for the good of all, and to no longer suffer the random hazards of history.
In concrete terms, how do you organize your discussions?
A conference is always organized the same way. There are two masters of ceremony who determine an important subject.
You and Sir Gregory, I presume.
Exactly. We shall be the masters of ceremony. It was our obligation to each bring to the table several guests in order to debate a subject. Once the debate is closed, a decision will be made by a vote of all the participants.
By a unanimous vote. If the project is not agreed on by all, then it will be rejected.
And neither of the two masters of ceremony have the right to vote.
It's up to the guests alone to decide, Louis. In other words, us.
Gregory and myself are merely the go-betweens. Finally, if the project is validated, each guest goes home and starts working to make it happen.
It can take years.
Интересно.
How long have you been active?
Oh, this tradition has more or less always existed, Louis. It has continued from generation to generation.
Do you often hold this kind of society dinner?
In general, once a year, but in actual fact it tends to be events that dictate our gatherings.
Can you give me an example of an event that was decided here before being implemented in the outside world?
Well, take the French Revolution. It was decided right here 2 years before its implementation in France.
Concerning the case of the French Revolution, I wasn't invited. But as far as the American Revolution is concerned, Louis, I can testify that we planned it 5 years before implementing it, for example.
Louis,
Нету больше вопросов. Я, в принципе, все понял. Иллюминаты какие-то
I
чертовы.
would like to let you in on a secret before we begin, because I'm going to need your assistance. You see, the project I'm going to present concerns the territory of Louisiana in North America. It's currently Spanish territory, and I'm going to make the proposition to the Assembly for it to become French.
But how does that concern me?
Well, you see, I prepared this project with your mother. We began thinking about a crazy idea. Unfortunately, Sarah went missing before getting the bigger picture. I don't intend to stop at
Ну, в
Louisiana.
принципе, да.
My idea
Но
is to increase the territory of the United States. The first stone of this vast project consists of getting Spain to cede Louisiana to France. Once it becomes French, France will hand it over to the United States, which will then allow them to double the size of their territory. And that's where you come in. France and the United States, hand in hand, two democracies illuminating the world.
But why spread it over 2 phases? Why not announce the overall project immediately?
Unfortunately, if Spain were to hear that the intention of all this is to allow the United States to grow, they would never sign. Manuel Godoy is perfectly aware of President Washington's appetite. If the United States took Louisiana, Godoy would know full well that he will have lost the entire North American continent. Things must take place in several
интересные, блин, штуки они
Otherwise,
говорят.
the change will be too brutal, and he will have no choice but to reject the project. Take a look at them. Apart from President Washington, they all belong to monarchies. Do you really think they won't resist? Of course they'll fight, fearful as they are of losing their precious privileges. But the world needs visionaries, like you, like your mother. It's a pity Sarah isn't here to see it. She only knew about a tiny part of the project. I hope I can count on you, Louis. It's time to start now. I must ask you to keep it to yourself for the time being. Take a seat, follow the discussion.
Блин.
We'll have an opportunity to catch up later, and you'll be able to let me know your thoughts.
Понимаешь, в чем проблема?
My friends, I propose we get started.
Я не люблю таких решений. Ну ладно, сейчас
First of all,
посмотрим,
I
что
would
тут
like to
сделаем.
thank you for taking the time to come.
The honor is ours, my lord.
As per our custom, here we are all together to discuss the face of tomorrow's world. Even though there may be certain tensions between our nations, I must ask you to keep an open mind. As Sarah de Richet is unable to be among us, please welcome Louis de Richet, who will represent the Golden Order and will vote on its behalf when the time comes.
Welcome among us, Louis.
Welcome, Monsieur. I hope he'll be more effective than his mother regarding the protection of the King of France. The Order has proved particularly inefficient.
Come, Manuel, you're not going to spoil our visit. The Order's mission was not to protect King Louis XVI, as far as I am aware.
We are talking about a king of divine blood, for goodness sake. It seemed obvious to me he needed protecting. If the Golden Order wants to pride itself on being an influential organization, it should have kept him alive.
Ну я не буду, типа, распаливать, что я могу сделать.
Thank you all. I am honored to be among you today. I will strive to represent the interests of the Order as best I can.
Perhaps we may begin, Lord Mortimer.
Certainly. I have a dream that our nations will continue to support each other, more now than ever before. A dream that, for the sake of common good, we will do what it takes to ensure stability in the modern world. I have a dream that we shall lead by example and ensure that the American territory may remain in peace.
Thank you for the thought, Lord Mortimer, but I don't see where you're leading.
I'm coming to it, Mr. President. I need not remind you that North America is currently divided between the United States on the east coast and Spain, which occupies the remaining 2/3 of the continent. Well, I propose that Spain cede the center of the continent to France, namely all of Louisiana.
Louisiana? But, well, it is not for sale. Lord Mortimer, I sincerely hope I have not come all this way just to hear you ramble on about what Spain should and should not do. When we went to all the trouble of gaining the territory a few years ago, it was not just to lose it today. Have I made myself clear?
What did I tell you, William? You speak of union, and yet here you are, about to tear us apart.
Duke Manuel, I perfectly understand you. But rest assured, you will soon adore my proposition. You shall see.
Well, since you give me the choice, my good fellow, allow me to doubt it. However, I am impatient to hear what Spain could possibly gain from the sale of Louisiana.
I never spoke of a sale, my good fellow.
What? I do not understand.
There is one more territory left to conquer, if I'm not mistaken, in the northwest. It is, of course, occupied by your notorious Indians, but...
We shall soon be rid of the savages, so that is not the question.
Duke, these savages, as you call them, were there before you. They are on their homeland.
As much as the black people of Africa, Monsieur de Richet. That does not stop your dear France from massacring them and sending them like cattle to Mr. Washington's cotton plantations to provide him with cheap labor. So you keep your morals to yourself, if you please.
Senor, I would not like to be associated with that. The subject of black slaves in the United States of America is a complex subject, which we shall resolve at a future date.
Ох уж эта история.
Senor Godoy, you must know that France will soon ban these barbaric practices.
Oh, do not get on your high horse, Monsieur Frenchman. The only reason why France has ceased trading in slaves is because of the commercial blockade that Great Britain has imposed against you. The instant the shipping lanes have been restored, France will again treat these people like cattle.
Come now, my friends. Let us not digress. Anyway, these primitive people have no souls, Louis. We bring the good word to them in order to save them. You'll see. Colonization brings with it many benefits, too.
Excuse me, if you don't mind, Your Eminence, I shall continue. Duke Manuel, I believe that Spain should cede Louisiana to France free of charge.
This is utterly grotesque, Lord Mortimer. What a strange example you set for your young protégé. Isn't that so, Monsieur de Richet? Do you understand anything of this proposition?
Понял, я баран. Я не могу ничего ответить. Ладно.
I must say, William, I find your project mostly disfavors me. I thought you were my friend.
And I am, Mr. President. That is why I'm doing everything in my power to calm your expansionist fervor. France, in Louisiana, should persuade you not to attempt anything to take the territory by force. Louisiana is a vast wetland where you would needlessly lose most of your troops. It would weaken you and offer certain nations the perfect opportunity to take back your famous United States. I am protecting you from yourself, George. Trust me.
I understand. But with friends like you, sir, I certainly don't need any more enemies. I hope you know what you're doing.
Not to put too fine a point on it, Lord Mortimer, but I doubt the Holy See will be in favor of Catholic Louisiana being handed over to secular revolutionaries and king killers.
I should think Monsieur de Richet has an opinion on this subject, does he not?
Блин, ну просто тыкать на все подряд я тоже не хочу, как бы, вы понимаете, да?
Your Eminence, have no fear over that. I am sure France will do everything in its power to protect the Christians of Louisiana.
My young friend, how can you come out with such a remark after the discussion we had on the evening of your arrival? If France was so respectful of worship, it would not be bleeding priests, as it is doing at this very moment in time. Don't be naive. This is politics. The Holy See must
надо было просто это самое, промолчать. Не сигу я в таких фишках.
Mi auguro che insegnerete l'educazione a questo giovanotto presuntuoso, Sir Gregory.
I hope that you will teach this pretentious young man some manners, Sir Gregory. It looks like I won't be just making friends here.
In any case, my lord, I doubt the English crown will agree.
Ich versichere Ihnen, Emily, nie Preußen wird diese Vereinbarung akzeptieren.
I assure you, Emily, the Prussian will never accept this agreement. Volner looks like he's set on ruining Mortimer's plan.
Duchess, I am persuaded that we shall find a common ground.
That's enough, William.
Круто.
These are grave times. We don't care about the fate of Louisiana. That worthless expanse of putrid swamps interests no one but yourself.
Speak for yourself, my friend.
Hold on there, Mr. Royal Gigolo. Lower the volume, and let Sir Gregory finish.
Home, Godoy, and now Volner? Mortimer's adversaries are ready to tear each other to pieces, and he takes a malicious pleasure in watching it happen.
How dare
Gentlemen, let us try to remain calm.
There you are, William. See where your projects have taken us, as per usual. Chaos! That's enough. I'm tired. We shall continue this discussion tomorrow, but please be aware that your project will never be ratified. Those who are opposed to this project, follow me. Are you coming with us, Monsieur de Richet?
Come, Gregory, I think Louis would rather stay. Wouldn't you, Louis?
Ну, типа, все ушли. Ну ты же понимаешь, да? Хорошо, давайте логически размышлять. Зачем это ему? Ну типа, скорее всего, он это и думал. Но зачем? Он вроде бы кажется не тупым. Он хочет поссорить всех со всеми? Или объединить всех со всеми? Ну, на самом деле, я не знаю, типа, я не уполномочен, то, типа, это самое. Сложный выбор. Понимаешь, сложный, очень сложный выбор. Ай, ты боже, Я даже не знаю, на чё, ну, относительно чего тут мыслить. Ну, типа, они не согласились участвовать в этом, потому что не хотят передавать Луизиану. Правильно? То есть, по сути, это все монархии, которые поддерживают монархов. А это выступает за демократию. Ну, типа... Чё? Они берегут свои шкуры.
As
Давайте
for
вот так.
me, I think I shall remain with Lord Mortimer, Sir Gregory.
You are committing a grave error, Louis.
Time will tell.
Viva la révolution! Я хочу знать, что...
My friends, I would like to thank you for staying.
Good God, William. What is this I hear about you reinforcing military power in Louisiana? I have no interest in having France for a neighbor, and you know that very well.
Calm down, George. Louis, explain our plan to Mr. Washington, please.
You see, Mr. President, Lord Mortimer anticipates that once France obtains Louisiana, they will cede it to you.
What do you mean? To us? The United States?
You heard right.
But
President Washington, the United States will double in size.
By what miracle have you...
You need to expand, George. You and France are the two major democracies in the modern world. It is necessary that you both become superpowers.
Are you really going to sponsor democracy throughout the world?
Of course, Monsieur Peru. That's why I don't want Spain to get too attached to those weapons. Please continue, Louis. Explain my vision to Mr. President.
Mr. President, Lord Mortimer intends for you to conquer all the North American continent. He's relying on you to not stop at Louisiana, but to continue to push west.
Indeed, it would be dishonest to pretend that this is not my final objective.
But why didn't you tell me before?
So that Lord Mortimer would appear to be isolated without support.
Exactly. You got it, Louis.
Lord Mortimer retains the advantage by advancing undercover, and for it to work, he needed you to act surprised.
William, you haven't changed. Always one step ahead.
One step ahead? You're joking. More like 5.
On that note, my friends, it's getting late. Mr. President, continue to take offense over my project when we resume the conference in the morning. You do it to a T. And if Sir Gregory has the audacity to send you an emissary to convince you to go against me, do me a favor. String him along if you can. The more they believe we are divided, the more we'll have our hands free.
Only too happy to oblige.
Now, let us get some rest. We've got a big day tomorrow. Good night, gentlemen.
Good night.
Ну что-то здесь все равно не так.
Louis, if you have a minute, I would like to ask a favor of you. I'm going to require your services.
How can I be of help? Tell me all about it.
Our adversaries are many, and the closing vote of the conference will soon be upon us. Time is of an essence, so I'll need you to assist me this evening.
How can I help?
I need you to go this very evening to persuade Signor Godoy to join us. He is the backbone of Gregory's resistance. Turn him round, and all the others will follow in such a stampede that Gregory will be able to do nothing but admit defeat.
Lord Mortimer, with all due respect, don't you think I'm the last person Godoy wants to talk to?
I'm sure you can do it. I believe in you.
Lord Mortimer, you're not telling me everything.
Let's say I wouldn't disapprove if the Right Honorable, though nonetheless choleric, Duke Manuel put you in his bad books. If it could motivate him to declare war on France, it would greatly serve our interests.
War? What do you mean?
I told you before the conference. The more we distract Spain from the Americas, the less it will have an eye on Louisiana.
But all the same, we're talking about a war in Europe.
Don't worry. That's why Mr. Bonaparte is with us. I am convinced we'll be perfectly capable of managing the conflict. And Signor Godoy is not a great soldier, he will not commit Spain to a long war that he won't be capable of managing.
I'll go straight away.
Thank you, my boy.
Да я тебе говорю, он не такой, типа, тупой, как кажется. Ну, типа, поступки его объяснимы, но я не до конца понял. Что-то он еще скрывает, я не понимаю, что. Что-то здесь, короче, не так. Я прям чувствую, что где-то здесь подвох. Просто чувствую. Не знаю, как объяснить. Но я не люблю такие политические игры, вот эти вот, ну, типа... Не в моем стиле. Хотя я как-то играл в онлайн-игру, то там такие политические игры были, что это просто жесть. Ну, то есть, ну, с одной стороны, это прикольно, но, ну, немного тупо. Просто у меня там был клан. По сути, в этом клане был я, ну, и пару человек еще активных, да. По сути, я просто так развился, что единственный, кто мог воевать, я, вот. А я типа главой этого клана был. И вот, что самое интересное, мне нужно было, ну, как бы использовать момент того, что у нас хоть есть какая-то сила, манипулировать другими кланами, ну, чтобы они типа там отдавали ресурсы, там, земли и тому подобное. Короче, это было круто. Ну, с какой-то стороны, но, блин, это скучно. Не понял.
Hey, Peru's name tag's fallen off, and his door's ajar.
Здесь явно кто-то что-то искал.
A pattern with 4 circles.
Пойдет. Месье Перю, позвольте поблагодарить вас за щедрое пожертвование. Благодаря вам мы наконец-то отремонтируем западное крыло приюта. У ребят, которых вы нам передали, все хорошо. Малютка Пьер скоро снова будет ходить. Некоторым деткам все еще снится, как их родители стоят на эшафоте, но я уверен, что со временем кошмары пропадут. На случай, если вы пришлете нам еще детей, мы скоро докупим 20 кроваток. Мы с воспитанниками сердечно вам благодарны. Да здравствует республика, да здравствует Франция, сестра Мария Елена. Моя милая Элеонора, я немного успокоился и хочу поделиться с тобой своими мыслями. Сложно выразить, как я скучаю по тебе и как сильно жалею, что уехал. Я знаю, ты будешь доброй и храброй, но пока тебя оберегает сестра Марии Елен. Мне никогда уже не исправить своих ошибок, но я во что бы то ни стало уберегу тебя от их последствий. Я всегда буду любить тебя, не сомневайся в этом. Что бы ни случилось, знай, все обязательно будет хорошо. Я буду защищать тебя, чего бы мне это ни стоило. Мы преодолеем все испытания. Я горжусь тобой, твой любящий отец. Кто-то здесь явно порылся. Странно, это все, что здесь есть? Ну, здесь явно что-то искали.
Dear Monsieur Peru.
All right. I've retrieved everything.
Nice decor for a revolutionary tribunal judge's room.
Странно. Ну ладно.
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
The Beaucaire dinner. It hasn't been signed yet, but there's a letter with it. It isn't signed. That's some quality paper. And that handwriting, I'd say it's Mortimer's.
Дорогой Бонапарт, как и обещал, посылаю вам страницы, которые стоит опубликовать в ближайшие месяцы. Мы оба знаем, что лишь из-за нехватки времени вы не смогли написать эти строки самостоятельно. Все идеи принадлежат вам. Вы мне ничего не должны. Ваш успех пойдет на пользу всем нам.
So, Bonaparte is going to publish a book that he didn't write. That crafty little rascal.
Что-то не доделал? А что я не доделал? А, вот оно.
Leave me, Deriche. I don't feel like talking.
Your door was ajar, and well, given the state of your room, I was worried.
It's none of your business.
Very well. I'll leave you then. See you tomorrow, monsieur.
I asked you to leave me alone.
И это все? Или я что-то запорол? Ну ладно. Я типа просто не заметил, что там выход на балкон был. Месье Бонапарт, вы высказали желание присоединиться к нашему обществу. С сожалением сообщаем, что вы не отвечаете критериям, необходимым для вступления в Золотой Орден. Тем не менее, мы благодарим вас за заинтересованность в нашей деятельности. Вне всяких сомнений, ваш живой интерес к оккультным наукам однажды позволит вам к нам присоединиться. Пока просим принять наше глубочайшее уважение. Сара Дорише.
My dearest son.
Мой милый сын, прошу тебя поторопиться, здесь становится все хуже и хуже. Паули скоро втянет нашу родную Корсику в англо-французскую войну. Его люди буквально повсюду, нам приходится прятаться и перебираться с места на место, едва ли не каждый день. Не удивлюсь, если вскоре нас выследят. Поспеши, сынок, теперь наша судьба в твоих руках. С любовью, твоя мать, Мария Летиция Бонапарт. Что там было? Что сообщение удалено?
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Понял, недоступно. Там кто-то стукает.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Ah, Monsieur de Richet. You wouldn't have seen Duke Manuel by any chance, would you?
I was going to ask you the same question.
I wanted to speak to him, but no one will open the door. I'm not sure he's in there.
If I want to pass through, I'll have to get Volner out of the way.
Черт.
Excuse me, but I must fetch a letter for the Duke.
Very well, sir. You may pass.
Сработало. Я говорил, что буду типа пытаться...
Don Quixote. Talking without thinking is like shooting without taking aim. I'm gonna have to think about that one. Mary Louise of Parma. How ironic having a painting of the Queen of Spain in one's room, my Lord Duke. Hey, it looks like someone slipped something in the back here. It's a letter. Let's see what it says. It reeks of perfume, and it's written in Spanish. Godoy, you really are a little devil. So, let's see what it says.
Сокровище мое, прости, что снова пришлось уехать, пускай и ради благополучия моей страны. У меня разрывается сердце от того, что мы расстались в ссоре, потому что ты — любовь всей моей жизни, Жозефа. Ты не знаешь, всем, что у меня есть и что я могу бросить к твоим ногам, я обязан королеве. Останься со мной, прошу тебя, ради нашей любви, ради наших будущих детей. Не ревнуй, молю. Все мои мысли только о тебе. А все остальное не больше, чем фарс.
It seems the Queen isn't the only one enjoying the Lord Duke's favors. If the Queen found out, it would cost him dearly. I'll keep it with me. You never know.
Шантаж. Герцог, нашим разведчикам удалось кое-что выяснить. Мистер Хей действительно намеревается заключить соглашение с Великобританией. Похоже, они хотят подорвать экономику Франции и Испании, перекрыв морские торговые пути. Наша казна и так терпит убытки из-за запрета на ввоз продуктов из Франции, а теперь пострадают и наши колонии. Уверен, вам удастся решить этот вопрос мирным путем. Ожидай дальнейших указаний.
Hey, a Russian ruble. I wonder what it'd be worth today.
Manuel Godoy, a painting of himself in his room. Now that's not going to help him develop a sense of modesty. Don Quixote. Talking without thinking.
Хорошо.
Shooting without taking.
Ну, насчет сперю... Блин, я не видел, какие варианты есть еще. А может, просто надо было промолчать? Ну, я типа не шарю в таких вот делах. Может, ну... Возможно, в таких ситуациях не нужно как бы на человека напирать, а просто типа, ну тогда я оставлю тебя в покое. Отхожу, а он типа мне начинает что-то типа говорить. Ну, короче, понимаешь, да? Но второй раз я проходить, естественно, эту игру не буду, потому что уже будет не так интересно. Возможно, там когда-то в дальнейшем, когда я забуду, что здесь, да и как. Так, вроде бы все правильно. Ну, типа, я слишком агрессивно себя повел, поэтому, блин. Ну, в таких ситуациях я тупой, типа.
Volner's probably still behind the door. I best go out through the balcony just in case.
А, через балкон полно. Полно вам, полно. Хорошо, хорошо. Так. Ну да. Ну надо думать, я в таких ситуациях не умею думать, я тупой.
Honey, I couldn't have hoped for better.
Dear Monsieur de Richet,
Никакой из меня политик. Вроде бы и игра дает подумать, но я импульсивный, поддающийся какому-то непонятному импульсу.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly.
All right. I've retrieved everything. Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Так, и нам нужно, походу, на низ спуститься, правильно? Хотя мы можем еще с Вашингтоном поговорить. Правильно, давайте поговорим.
President George Washington.
На самом деле я не очень люблю игры, где нужно перепроходить одну и ту же локацию несколько раз. Опа.
Locked. Shit! I've broken it. Oh well. Never mind. Let's see what Washington has to hide, shall we? The president's personal reserve of laudanum, and judging by the quantity, he can't go without it. Ah, there's also a letter.
Мистер Вашингтон, отвечаю вам при первой же возможности. Мы говорили о вашем здоровье до того, как вы уехали, и никаких изменений не последовало. Прошу, вспомните мои рекомендации и прекратите принимать настойку опия. Я уже ищу замену, но боюсь, ждать вы не будете. Если вы продолжите злоупотреблять опием, то рискуете не получить новый мандат. Зависимость плохо сказывается на вашей службе, мой друг. Сожалею, но вам придется отказаться от опия. Искренне ваш доктор В. Томптон. Понял. Наркоман. Дорогой Джордж, рад вновь пригласить вас на свой остров. У меня появилась одна задумка. Соединенные Штаты заслуживают лучшей роли на международной арене. Я понимаю, вы не хотите играть с огнем, пока ваша страна так молода, но смею вас заверить, мои планы никак не угрожают тому, что нам с вами удалось достичь. С нетерпением жду встречи, ваш друг Уильям. Это, скорее всего, об этом он и хотел, типа, ну, поэтому его и приглашал. О, ключ! Ну, ты же понимаешь, да? Я, то есть, взломал тот сундучок, скорее всего, вот этот ключ и есть к тому сундучку. Ай, бог ты мой, бог ты мой, бог ты мой. Ну ты, короче, понимаешь, да? Давайте отсюда выметаться, пока нас не накрыли. Но я типа поэтому брал детектива, черт подери. Я думал, что мы тут расследуем убийство. Оказывается, надо было брать какого-то политика там, или... как он там называется-то, боже, с этими сверхъестественными штуками. Оккультиста, во. Но здесь вроде бы ничего не поменялось. Ну да, что здесь поменяется? Здесь же комната типа ничьяшная. Торопишься? Ну да, потому что, ну, типа, мы вскрыли замок, и поэтому... Я, правда, не знаю, где мы теперь... Где нам теперь искать этого... Возможно, на первом этаже? Торопишься в смысле я что-то не сделал, или торопишься в смысле бегаешь? Ну да, пробежаться решил, а то у меня ноги затекли. Ладно, давайте тогда... Ну, я просто не вижу здесь, что можно вообще сделать. И с чем взаимодействовать. А еще мне ужасно жарко. Портретная галерея. Сюда мы не пройдем. А это какой-то тортик. Круто. Да я типа не хочу попасться. Ну, типа, мы уже вскрыли замок, и чё? И чё, мы будем, типа, это самое? Как мудаки, что ли? Скорее всего, где-то на балконах он где-то был, возможно. А возможно, его уже кокнули. А возможно и нет. Видишь, тут даже пособирать нечего. Поэтому и тороплюсь, ну то есть... Да, здесь круто, как бы атмосферно. Опа. Хрена себе библиотека.
Atrus, the Miller brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from reading it.
А где он, интересно, может быть? Алло.
The lock is surrounded by a triple circle.
А, вон он, смотри. Блин, сколько здесь вкусного всего. Я себе, кстати, сегодня делал стейк и с картошечкой на гриле. Вот это вот было круто, вот это было круто. Вот это было круто, на самом-то деле. Нам придется с ним, скорее всего, противостоять, ну, то есть ему чем-то. Давайте на всякий случай. Так. Да почему неизвестно?
Duke Manuel?
Well, well. Monsieur de
Duke.
Richet, I was not expecting you. I am not in the mood, sir, I warn you. What do you want from me, sir?
I see you're still feeling under pressure. Since your arrival, I've noticed that you've been on the defensive. It seems to me that Monsieur Peru has a knack for getting your back up.
That is the least you can say. Indeed, I was warned. I knew what to expect. For God's sake, why in the hell did your people execute their king? Have the French gone stark raving mad? There are nothing but monarchies in power in Europe. They will all come crashing down on you.
We shall see. It might, well, turn out to be the opposite.
You certainly do not lack for audacity, young man. Just tell me one thing, monsieur. Why did you side with Mortimer? He is alone, isolated. The United States can do nothing to help you, and France is surrounded by over 10 countries just waiting for the word to pounce. Really, I do not see why you choose Mortimer.
The Golden Order, my friend. The Order is everywhere. We come from France. We are President of the United States, England, and many other countries. We have ambitions and the means to carry them out. You'll see, once all hell breaks out and your English support starts to fade away. The Order is an international organization. It matters little what governments do. Otherwise, why would Mortimer have gone to the trouble of inviting my mother?
If you are right, Sir Gregory has got it all wrong. Tell me, do you really believe Spain has any interest in ceding Louisiana to France?
Duke Manuel, for Spain, I don't know. But for you, I'm convinced that Lord Mortimer will thank you generously.
You would not be trying to bribe me, would you?
Nothing could be further from my mind. It would be an insult to believe that someone such as yourself might have a practical attitude towards its virtue. Even so, it is only natural that you be supported and encouraged if you were to follow Lord Mortimer, isn't it?
Теперь я типа мальчик на побегушках.
Services rendered. It would be natural for me to receive compensation for the time spent achieving such an undertaking, yes?
Naturally. And, given your status, my Lord Duke, the compensation would have to be considerable.
Naturally. Tell me one last thing. What would I gain from all this?
Давайте прибегнем к шантажу.
Duke Manuel, You have everything to gain.
I cannot see what, actually.
Well, if the Queen found out where your heart really lies, she might well become very unhappy.
What do you mean?
It's not inconceivable that a letter written by your own hand might have come into my possession, in which you declare such love to Pepita that even I became moved.
You've been in my room.
And I'm afraid that if by some misfortune this letter ended up in the hands of the Queen, she also would be moved.
You thieving...
Come now, my Lord Duke. We're all gentlemen here. I'm convinced it's not going to happen. Or will it?
That is blackmail, you bastard! You have no idea of the consequences!
Lord Mortimer knows how to look after his friends. Don't you worry about Sir Gregory. You're protected. Have no fear.
Come on, you fool. Give it up. You're trapped like a rat.
Monsieur, I am astounded. I did not think you capable, but you have succeeded. I will be more wary of you the next time. Nonetheless, if you can guarantee Lord Mortimer's support, then yes, you can count on my vote when the time comes. However, I expect you to be discreet with regard to my former partners, without which our agreement will become null and void.
Of course, my Lord Duke. You can count on me. Lord Mortimer will be delighted to hear the news.
I hope you know what you are getting into, Louis. I bid you good luck.
Good night, my Lord.
Идеально.
Well, that's one thing out of the way. Only thing left to do is wait for the conference to resume tomorrow morning.
Да, но у меня есть типа... Да отправляйтесь в постель, но у меня же типа есть еще дела, ну в плане... Мы можем куда-то сходить, кому-то еще навалять. Нет? Вестибюль. Вестибюль. Или нет? Или как? Интересно, а как-то типа замок строить на такой вот... Ну типа уже там обрыв, а если будет типа какой-то обвал, не страшно? Ну типа, что ползамка уйдет на дно, нет? Ну это так, типа, вопросы. А знаешь, что было бы прикольно, если бы было в этой игре? Допустим, мы могли бы отвечать на вопросы, ну, то есть, допустим, у нас же есть какой-то, какой-никакой опыт в каких-то определенных отраслях, да? Ну, то есть, в той же политике, допустим, мы же в благородной семье, типа, знаем какой-то этикет, правильно? Вот, у меня такой вопрос, почему в этой игре, типа, недоступны все возможные варианты ответов, да? Их бы сделали, но, допустим, за вот эти вот очки, которые у меня снизу слева, вот там вот, типа, вот там вот снизу. Ну, то есть, понимаешь, да? Чем больше у тебя прокачанный скилл, тем меньше ты тратишь, типа, энергии на то, чтобы что-то сделать. Вот. Ну, не так, чтобы у меня, типа, что-то было заблокировано. Так, хорошо, давайте как-то пройдем в свою комнату. Я думаю, это было бы логично. Ну, потому что... Хотя... Мы же, типа, разносторонние люди. Правильно, правильно. Я что-то, скорее всего, не сделал, возможно.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Он стоит, тарабанит. Ну, никто тебя не откроет, он на пианино играет. Не знаю, крутая игра, на самом-то деле. Комната Дрюше. Но чего-то не хватает на самом-то деле.
Good evening, Monsieur le Français.
Duchess, you're here. What a charming surprise. I'm beginning to think you can't be without me.
You have managed to penetrate my armor, sir. Am I disturbing you, perhaps?
That's not what I said.
Ah, by the way, you surprised me during the conference.
Why's that?
Well, you are going to lose. Why stay with Lord Mortimer?
I believe he has every chance of winning.
My, you are a rash one. However, if ever you want to change sides, please feel free to let me know.
But tell me, you didn't come here to try and make me change my mind, did you?
That's the last thing on my mind, although you would have everything to gain by it.
There's no point trying to persuade me. Don't hold it against me.
Of course not, silly. Louis, if you trust me, you ought to ask yourself why I have chosen home. You do trust me, don't you?
Притвориться, что да.
Of course, Emily.
Admit, though, that it does make you think. There's still time, you know. Join us before it's too late.
Unfortunately, my word is my bond. I don't want to leave Lord Mortimer in the lurch.
Very well, as you wish. It's up to you to decide.
Tell me, are these visits to Mortimer's always so intense?
Yes and no. My sister doesn't normally disappear like she has. Any news of your mother?
Well, I should imagine you're still shaken. I promise to shed light on my mother's circumstances as soon as possible.
There's not much to shed light on. What your mother did is inexcusable. She won the trust of my sister in order to more easily betray her. She didn't do anything to her. Can we change subject, please? I didn't come here to go through all that again.
Of course, it's late. You're right.
Ну, понятно.
Come, Louis.
Так, интересно.
My friends, do not worry. I assure you that Lord Mortimer's plan will never see the light of day. I shall deal with informing our allies, but for the time being, I need you to make a stand.
What do you think about Monsieur de Richet?
I don't know yet. I feel there's great potential in him.
He looks like he can be trusted. And Duchess Hillsborough. Why isn't she here?
She's busy. Don't worry about her.
Oh, isn't it time to replace her?
Not so fast, sir. She is an important figure. You ought to have a little more faith in her.
What are we going to do about Washington?
He will be a hard nut to crack. On our chessboard, he is Mortimer's king.
Don't worry. Mr. President only wants one thing. To keep his dear America united. He won't jeopardize everything he has achieved on a whim.
He has been serving Mortimer for quite some time. It won't be easy to bring him around.
Я не понял, что они хотят.
Mr. Godoy, you haven't said a word.
Please excuse me, gentlemen. I feel tired.
Oh, I see. I think it is high time you left us then. Now!
Я не понимаю, что это у него за способности такие. Странные какие-то.
Emily? Emily? Are you there?
Sir, the conference is about to begin. You are expected in the conference room.
Tell them I'm coming. Thank you.
The game is back on.
А почему мне не дали дойти? Странно.
My friends, the conference is about to begin. Please excuse me if I troubled you last night with my project. I understand that you might well have a few questions to ask. As you know, the final vote will be cast in a few days. This morning's aim is to answer your questions and check the temperature of your respective positions so that we may reach a greater understanding.
As always, Lord Mortimer.
We parted in perfect disagreement, my lord. Where would you like us to take it from?
Come, sir. Please let William believe he still has a chance of winning us over. Otherwise, his imprecations will lack panache, and we shall be bored stiff.
Oh, let me assure you, I am convinced that a good night's sleep has brought sound advice, and that this morning will be even more interesting. Therefore, I would like to go around the table in order to hear everyone's first impressions.
Well, I am still firmly against it, even though my choice won't count.
Against.
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 And you, Luke Manuel?
Well, you see, it is more complicated and it...
Goodbye.
Calm, Gregory. Don't try to impress my guests, please.
They are not your guests.
Gregory, anyone under my roof is by definition my guest. You included. I would be very grateful if you would let my guests speak. Duke Manuel, you were saying you still had some doubts?
Well, you see, the situation has changed since last night.
What's going on here, my Lord Duke?
You see, I gave it some thought during the night. New arguments have come to
Новые
light.
обстоятельства.
You mean, Duke Manuel?
Sir Gregory,
Давай,
I
удачной
regret to
охоты
inform
тебе.
you that Spain will not support you in this operation. I vote for. Moreover, in response to arguments brought to my attention, I declare war on France.
What? What is he doing?
If you think France is afraid of you, you are dreaming.
Over 10 nations rise against you, young man, and you behave like a yapping little dog?
When the French armies are at your door, my Lord Duke, you will change your tune. Well, as for me, I am for Lord Mortimer's project, despite Duchess Hillsborough's overwhelmingly convincing nocturnal attentions.
What? So Emily was playing at trying to win over guests last night?
It was nothing more than a friendly little chat, of course.
How could it be otherwise? And by the way, remember me to your husband when you see him. And you, President Washington, what is your position?
For, of course.
Well, that leaves just yourself and Monsieur Peru, Louis.
You're all making me sick. Look at yourselves.
What?
You are pathetic!
Have you been drinking or what?
There you are, quibbling away. My Lord Duke this, and Madame Duchess that. You know very well that we're nothing but puppets on a damn string.
Jacques, Ariel.
Let's end the charade. It's over.
Jacques.
My lord, thank you for everything you've done for me over the years. But it didn't come for free. And now I see the price is too high to pay. I'll stop.
Come, Jacques, we'll talk it over.
No, I'm finished. I want my freedom back, my lord. I shall no longer work for you.
Wait!
De Richet, you just can't help it, can you? Stop trying to play the hero, man!
Monsieur, I know I don't really know you, but you seem like a decent person.
I have done so many horrible things!
You blame yourself, I can see that. Everything's not lost.
I don't want to do bad things anymore.
You can take control of yourself again. You can fix whatever it is you've done.
Do you really believe that?
Of course, Jacques. You'll have all the time you need. Jacques, you're not alone.
There's nothing you can do against him.
Of course there is. We've already started.
How can you say that, knowing he's already probably gotten rid of your mother, Louis?
No, he hasn't. She's still here. She's alive, Jacques.
But...
Yes, trust me. Calm down now, Jacques. It's over.
You have no idea what you just put me through.
It would be nice if we could all settle down.
Есть.
And let us thank Louis for his intervention. It was very courageous of him. Monsieur Peru, you could have seriously hurt someone if Monsieur de Richet here hadn't stopped you. Your behavior is unacceptable. You would do better to go and rest in your apartment. My friends, we shall continue the conference later. I would like to apologize for the inexcusable
Теперь я понял. Если бы мы вчера решили... вчера.
Recover from all of this excitement. Take the rest of the day off.
Интересный поворот. Неудач не было, кстати. Так, теперь давайте распределим немножко навыки. Смотри, у меня психология по максимуму. Ловкость. Бдительность. Эрудицию прокачаю. Ну, типа, я же эрудированный детектив, поэтому я эрудицию прокачаю. Поехали дальше.
I don't understand. I spoke to him only recently.
Monsieur Peru has lost his mind. It's obvious.
Yet another way for the French to make a spectacle of themselves. Well, once again, it has worked.
My friends, let us settle down, please. We are all in shock, of course. Let us celebrate Louis's courage. He enabled us to avert a tragedy.
Yes, that was very noble of you, Louis.
You have given us all a fine lesson in courage.
Thank you.
He owes you his life. That's quite something.
That madman deserves to die.
We are providing Monsieur Peru with care, but rest assured, he is no longer a danger to himself or anyone else. I think everyone needs a little rest. Can you stay a moment?
Of course.
Так, выберите манускрипты. Логика. Политика. Давайте политику немного прокачаем. Что-то я политика не шарю вообще ни хрена. Ну и этикет прокачаем.
Louis, I wanted to thank you personally. I admire what you did to save Monsieur Peru's life. You have given us all a wonderful lesson in courage.
Don't mention it, my lord. You would have done the same. I was just quicker.
Ah, humility is a fine quality, sir.
Where is he now?
In his room. I've sedated him. I don't want him trying to take his life again. Or, worse yet, attacking one of the guests. When in despair, Monsieur Peru is clearly a dangerous man.
Tell me, my lord, can you think of any reason why he would be so terrified of you?
Terrified? Come now, that's a bit harsh. I think he was simply unable to put things into perspective. I see no reason to fear me. Ask President Washington. I don't believe I'm such a difficult friend.
Having spoken to him, I can assure you that he feared you even more than death itself. Had he disappointed you in any way recently?
Of course, he was on the edge. He was desperate. and it grew noticeable in his work. Our collaboration was probably coming to an end, but I certainly didn't feel the need to threaten him, ever.
But without you, no more support, no more money. It was an end to his social status. If you lost, he lost everything, didn't he?
No, not his life.
Thanks to me, I guess. On that note, my lord, I'll be leaving you. Have we covered everything?
Absolutely. Oh, Louis, one more thing, please. I wanted to thank you for your support during the conference. You've made the right choice, and it gives me tremendous satisfaction to have you with me on this project.
What is at stake is worth it, my lord. Now, I won't hide from you the fact that I have no idea by what miracle we could ever get a unanimous vote.
Trust me, Louis. We still have a few more cards to play. You'll see. Anything can happen in politics.
I'll see you later, my lord.
Интересно, какие же там сюрпризы. Чей труп мы найдем еще раз? Давайте я хочу кое-что... Управление... Странно. Я просто заметил, что здесь тени немножко такие странные. Так, и буквально 3 секунды я сейчас кое-куда... Короче, я сейчас вернусь. Буквально 3 секунды. Я водички налью и вернусь. Ой, ты елки-палки. Я случайно трансляцию зарубил. На корню зарубил. Вроде поток идет, нормально все, нормально. Давайте продолжать. Типа просто включил-выключил. Бывает. Так. Итого. Итого, чего мы имеем... Ой, ты, боже, сейчас подвинусь поближе. Вернуться в свою комнату. Может тогда сходить лучше к этому самому? Комната Перю. Давайте сходим в комнату Перю, а? Перю.
Yes, sir. Your guess is not sufficient. Tell the others, for crying out loud. Remember to close my window once you've done my room. This isn't Corsica, you know. I'm freezing.
Of course, sir. I'll see to it straight away.
Good. Proceed.
Yes, sir.
Monsieur Bonaparte.
Louis, once again, bravo for what you did. If it weren't for you, Peru would have blown his brains out. You've got courage. I like this. We just lost a vote for the next conference, and we already had fewer votes than Holm. I must absolutely find a solution.
Excuse me, sir, but given recent events, I find it somewhat cavalier to return to your political preoccupations so quickly.
Yes, I know. You must find me inhumane. But what can I do? We are here to decide upon the fate of our nations, Louis. It is time you realize what is at stake here. I hold nothing against Monsieur Peru personally, but what concerns me most right now is to not lose sight of the objectives of this meeting. In short, we haven't a minute to lose. I'll leave you now.
Just a minute. Why did Duchess Hillsborough go and see you last night?
Ah, I see that it bothers you not to know. I've half a mind to send you on a wild goose chase. The Duchess simply came to persuade me to change sides. But rest assured, with the most honorable intentions. Now, Louis, time is running short, and as I said, I'm in a hurry. I have to go now. I will see you later.
Так, хорошо. Комната Перу. Перю.
Sir Jacques Peru?
Sorry, sir, but you cannot go through. We have very clear instructions from Lord Mortimer. Monsieur Peru must rest.
Понял, даже уговорить как-то не получилось.
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
Хотя, погоди, давайте зайдем к Бонапарту.
It's a beautiful weapon, my dearest son. I'm writing.
Так это мы уже просто читали. Поэтому как-то так. Ну, я, типа, немногословен в таких играх. Возможно, даже в таких играх нужно и вебку вырубать. Ну, типа, а что здесь... реакция на что? На диалоги? Ну, типа, я читаю диалоги и говорить много не могу. Хочу вникнуть в сюжет, вот поэтому...
No answer. Nothing.
Emily? Emily, are you there?
Emily!
Yes. Louis, is that you?
Yes, let me in.
I'm sorry, Louis. I don't feel very well. I'll see you later.
Are you sure everything's all right? Are you still there?
Emily? Emily, are you there?
Emily!
Yes. Louis, is that you?
Yes, let me in.
Понял,
I'm
повторяется.
sorry, Louis. I don't feel very well. I'll see you later.
Are you sure everything's all right? Are you still there?
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Такое что-то. Такое что-то.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Monsieur de Richet, I have no time. I was about to join Sir Gregory. Come back later.
I wanted to talk to you a moment and...
I am expected. I'm sorry. We shall talk later.
Ни хрена себе он выставил. Ну, понятно, что теперь он нас пускать не будет к себе. Это понятно. Это как бы понятно.
Huh, that's me. Next time, I'll listen to my mother. Not a day has gone by without something happening to me. What now?
Louis, open up, please.
Coming, Mr. President, I'm coming.
Louis. Ah, there you are at last.
Yes,
I just saw your mother. She was accompanied by Emily, and they both went into the Duchess's room. I tried to join them, but I was refused entry. Louis, this does not bode well.
Oh, shit.
Чего?
Emily might want to avenge her sister. I must act quickly.
You're right, Mr. President. Thank you.
Теперь понятно, что она нас не открывала.
Duke Manuel Godoy. Duchess Emily Hillsborough. I do believe that's Emily's voice. Impossible. I can't do it. There's something blocking it on the other side. I've got to find another way in.
Так, у нас есть балконы.
I have to get inside Emily's room through the... Shit! It's locked.
Так, хорошо, давайте еще тогда одну комнату пройдем.
Sir Jacques Perru?
Come on, for Christ's sake, Peru. Wake up! De Richet, what do you want?
Great. He doesn't look inclined to let me pass. Get rid of him.
Don't make me repeat myself, Tarisha. What are you here for? You wouldn't be in cahoots with Peru by any chance now, would you?
What am I doing here? I could ask you the same question. This isn't your room, as far as I know.
Don't go trying one-upmanship with me. I have a very good reason to be here.
Right.
Привет, здрасте.
Get rid of him, Louis. Otherwise, he won't leave you alone.
I am persuaded that Mortimer has a secret room somewhere in the manor. If I'm here, it's obviously because Peru must know where it is. But you might even know about it. Do you?
Sir, I'm not here to oppose you. I urge you to calm down. It's my first time on this island, and as you can well imagine, no one has ever told me where all the secret rooms are. And look at Peru. He's virtually foaming at the mouth. You'll get nothing out of him now.
Oh, of course. You know nothing at all, do you? How convenient that is. I've got my eye on you, Derishe. I'm sure you're hiding something from me, and I'll soon find out what it is. We haven't finished our business yet, you and I.
Right.
Там прикол в другом. Работает. Там в другом прикол.
He's in a catatonic state. I've seen patients after a major trauma before, but nothing like this. Mortimer has spared no effort to calm him down. Pupils totally dilated and unresponsive. Pulse extremely slow and faint. No reaction to any stimuli. It's the first time I've come across something like this. I don't even know how he's able to stay seated. I wonder what could have done this to him. I know Lord Mortimer gave him something, but even the strongest opiates don't have this effect. It's as if his body is no longer responding.
No, leave me alone.
Monsieur!
I don't want to.
Monsieur Peru!
No. I won't. No. No, no, doctor, no!
Oh, man. I don't know what Mortimer's given him, but he's not looking all there. He's in a... Let's see what he has on him.
Там с контролом было. Проблема с контролом. Зажатый контрол дает возможность, типа, постоянного вот этого вот... Короче, все нормально, в общем.
Dear friend, please comment.
Я читал это письмо, поэтому я его еще раз читать не буду.
It's as if there are several people inside.
Так, давайте быстренько здесь пройдемся, просмотрим, что у нее есть.
A letter from William Pitt the Younger, addressed to Emily. He's the present Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Emily has a letter from William Pitt the Elder, addressed to Emily. He was the English Prime Minister. 2 coils circle the lock.
Ладно, пошли, там сейчас планируется убийство.
What on earth is... You... Mother?
How dare you do this to me? You can talk after everything I've done for you. You are joking, I hope, right? I gave you my life. That's enough, Emma. Now that Louis is here, you will leave Sarah alone. Cease your revenge immediately. What? If you think you're going to... Louis, help me, I beg you. I can no longer reason with her. I am Emily. Quit playing games. What? Honestly, don't be ridiculous. No. I am Emily. You are wasting your time. Louis knows very well how to tell us apart. After everything we've been through together.
Yes, well...
Don't you dare bring him into this. This is between you and me. I ask for nothing more, so stop taking it out on Sarah. You prissy little bitch! How dare you! Now that I've told you everything, you want to take my place, do you? You are joking, I hope. I'm the one who told you everything that's been going on while you were away.
А как я определю?
That's what you want, isn't it? You want to kill me. Go on then, shoot! After all the trouble I've gone through to find you. Go on. What are you waiting for? Here, Louis, take this.
Wait, what's going...
An entire life for this. Go on, shoot! Sorry, Louis, I can't shoot her. She's my sister. That's enough, Emma. Louis, out of the way. She's dangerous. Don't trust her. What are you trying to do? Louis, out of the way. I am not Emma. Come on, Louis, tell her who the real Emily is.
Wait,
That's right, Louis. I'm fed up with this little game. Tell him who the real Emily is.
Why do these things always happen to me?
Well, Louis, come on, you know how to tell us apart, right?
Yes, but I'd like to ask you a few questions to make sure there's no doubt.
Rational and open, Louis. Let's see. How can I tell them apart? Wait, I've got an idea.
On the night of our arrival, on the wharf, something happened to me. What was it?
A malaise. The moment you arrived, you felt ill, and I offered to help while Piaggi went up. And you turned me down flat.
Right. Let's find something else. Ah, yes. Let's speak about my arrival at the manor.
Once at the manor, we split up into two groups. What group did I choose?
You stayed with me, along with President Washington. And we informed him that we were members of the Order. Of course you know all this. I'm the one who told you about it.
Very well.
Let's try something else.
On the first night, we went up to bed, but I wasn't tired. I went for a little stroll. Did we get a chance to speak?
Indeed we did, even with a knife at your throat. And for good reason. You had no business being in my room.
Да боже, за что?
What did you ask me?
Не, Ctrl говорю, не Ctrl, а Caps Lock. Короче, ты понял.
And I threw you out without ceremony. Don't think you're going to get away with this deception so easily. I can assure you, you're going to regret pretending to be me once Louis has exposed you.
Так зачем вы друг другу все рассказывали?
I'll have to find something better.
Oh, I don't think I'll even wait until he's finished.
Take it easy now.
Are you mad, Louis?
Lower your arm.
I better act quickly if I don't want things to get out of hand.
Come on, she's putting one over on you. Look at yourself for crying out loud. You were prepared to shoot me down.
In the secret room behind the study. Talk to them about what you've been doing. Maybe they haven't spoken about it between each other yet.
On the night of the disappearance of Elizabeth Adams.
What about it? What do you want to know about that night?
In the portrait gallery, we found ourselves in a singular situation. What happened to us?
We both went around the manor all night like sleepwalkers, searching. And that's how we found ourselves in Mortimer's private gallery, behind the chimney.
That doesn't prove a thing. I told you all that.
That's enough! I've had enough of this charade. Louis, there's only one way to tell us apart. There's just one thing I didn't tell her about in detail. Too bad for you, Emma. I didn't want it to come to this, but you leave me no choice.
Ask her about you and I.
You just lost, Emma. I indeed didn't tell you everything about it. Come, Louis. Speak about our intimacy.
Very well, let's talk about us.
Интересно, а почему, типа, нету...
Last night, you came to me in my room. What exactly did we talk about?
We spoke briefly about your choices during the conference, Louis. What do you mean? Yes, Emma. It just so happens I didn't tell you everything. I never told you about this part. I hate you!
That's enough, both of you. Now I know who the real Emily is.
You are Emily Hillsborough.
I knew you wouldn't get it wrong, Louis. No! You little bitch!
Watch out, Louis!
No!
Hell, what have I done?
Ты чё, дурак, что ли?
See what you've done. See.
Louis? What on earth is going on?
Mother!
Go. You must leave. Everyone's going to arrive.
Louis, what's going on?
Duchess? Is everything all right?
Go! Go, Mother! No one must find you here.
Go.
Come, Louis. There's nothing more you can do.
But I...
Leave us.
Emily, what's going on?
Mother, go to the crypt. I'll meet you there.
Так я угадал или не угадал?
Emily.
Madam, I'm coming in.
It was bound to end like this, Louis. Let me stay with her, please. Go, I'll cover you.
В склепе, а где склеп? Охренеть. Шикарно. Ну, за капслук, короче, был нажат, поэтому там вот эта вот проблема возникала. Перепуталась с контролом. Поэтому так возникало. Да, я знаю, типа, есть фон вот здесь вот, потому что у меня один источник света.
Good God! They're all here. They must have heard the gunshot.
Where is Lord Mortimer?
Can anyone hear anything through the door?
Did you hear that? I was not dreaming, was I?
Certainly not, Duke Godoy.
What's going on?
Someone had the bang coming from the Duchess's room, and she isn't answering.
Gentlemen, go back to your rooms. Go back to your rooms. I shall find out from Lord Mortimer what this is all about. Thank you.
My instructions are clear, sir. No one is to enter.
Я не знаю, где этот склеп находится. Кстати, надо будет поприменять, ну, типа, понаходить бутылочки там всякие. Слишком много ресурсов потратил. Слишком много.
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service day
А ну
and
скажи,
night.
где склеп находится.
As I was unable to bring my personal effects with me, I was wondering if you could find me a few items.
Of course, sir. What would you require?
I still haven't quite recovered after that boat crossing. Would you happen to have any devil's thorn by any chance?
I am sorry, sir, but the devil's thorn may be just a plant, but it is also a powerful psychotropic drug that causes undesirable diuretic effects. I would advise against, sir, taking any.
You see, Tribulus cystoides is from the Zygophalaceae family, very rich in nitrates and potassium chloride. It was used in India 700 years before Christ, my good fellow. And I know nothing better to perk you up.
Oh, as sir wishes. Here is the herb, sir. May I help you in anything else, sir?
Да, мне нужно карамельной
A little
воды.
Carmelite water would do me a lot of good. Could you find me some, please?
Oh, the tonics are under lock and key, sir. Lord Mortimer only allows access to them in cases of emergency.
Listen, I suffer from terrible migraines, and the voyage by boat has brought on my rheumatism. So, unless you have anything else to alleviate the pain, please give me some quickly. Thank you. Oh, and the one from Bordeaux, right? I prefer it to the one from Paris.
Immediately, sir. Here. I hope sir will get well again quickly.
Отлично, развели на две настойки.
You wouldn't have a little golden elixir I could use, would you?
Oh, unfortunately, sir, I have orders not to give any of that medicine to any of Lord Mortimer's guests. Some guests are here to follow a very strict treatment. Mixing or combining certain substances would be dangerous for sir.
That's fine. I have no intention of swallowing this remedy. You see, I generally use it to put the shine back on my shoes. But maybe you'd rather I ask permission from Lord Mortimer. Where is he? I'd like to tell him about my shoe problem.
Sir need do nothing of the sort. There is no reason to disturb Lord Mortimer with this small matter.
As you wish.
Here you are, sir. I hope sir will have enough with
Lo,
one bottle,
perfecto.
as I haven't any more.
Oh, I'll make do. It's good of you to get this much.
May I do anything else for sir?
What's that book you're hiding in your jacket?
The Sorrows of Young Werther by Goethe, sir, and I am not hiding it.
Hand it to me, please.
It is damaged, sir. I would never dare lend sir a book in such a pitiful state, sir. I took it to restore.
Indeed, this masterpiece must not become more damaged. Let me have it and I'll take care of it personally. I love antiquarian books.
It bothers me somewhat. It isn't sir's job to take care of it, really.
No, but I would love to. You'll be doing me a favor by letting me have it.
In that case, sir, I shall leave it in your care with pleasure. May I do anything else for
Черт,
sir?
обожаю я эти...
My good fellow, would you have any amber available?
I would, but unfortunately I don't think I am authorized to give it out, sir. I believe it is a precious stone.
Look, you aren't going to kick up a fuss about a vulgar piece of resin, are you? Don't believe what they say about amber. It does nothing to warm up infants' bodies, let alone prevent toothache. And neither does this fossil oleoresin stimulate fertility. You can believe me.
Thank you for educating me. I didn't know. Here you are, sir. Does sir desire anything else?
Есть! Ну, уже ничего. Бедняга. Ладно, пошли тогда на выход. Мы его полностью развели. Хотя у нас немного развел на применение, так сказать.
Lord Mortimer certainly has a taste for staging rooms.
Да, и здесь проблема. Я не знаю, как выйти. Я не знаю, как в склеп зайти, черт подери.
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Chronicles of the Amber Princess. As I recall, Dorkin was my favorite character.
Где-то здесь просто эликсирчик был.
Chronolite water will give me a little reprieve.
Я не знаю, где склеп. И это очень большая проблема.
Chronicles of the Amber Princess. As I recall, Dorkin was my favorite
Стоп, чё?
character.
Я вышел с одних дверей, зашел в те же двери. Ладно. Да я не знаю, где этот чертов склеп. Она про этот склеп. Так, и интересно, что же она нам скажет? Ну, типа, в плане, она же от кого-то прячется.
Louis, at last, there you are.
Mother, wait,
Come, we have to be quick.
No, wait, Mother,
Time is running out, Louis. First, we must...
No! That's enough. I won't go a step further unless you explain to me what is going on here. I'm begging you. Talk to me.
You must trust me, my son. You are not ready yet.
You're the one who should trust me. Tell me what's happening.
You would never believe me.
I came all the way here for you. Now I've found you. I'm ready, Mother.
If only... Louis, I have always taught you to keep your mind open and rational. I know you are going to find this hard to believe, But what I am going to reveal to you is entirely true. Many years ago, I found out that demons really do live among us.
I beg your pardon?
And that they can influence our thoughts.
Mother, listen to yourself. I know you're exhausted, but for crying out loud, listen to what you're saying. Demons? What next? An ancient monster with a head like an octopus? What do your demons look like? Have they got horns and a pointed tail?
No, these are not creatures with billy goat's legs. Forget your Christian folklore. Imagine them more as parasitic spirits. They possess their hosts and direct them from inside.
Parasitic spirits?
Yes, they are capable of going from one body to another as they see fit. And 2 of them are present on this island.
Right, so let me guess.
Мортимер и Холм.
Lord Mortimer and Sir Gregory, right?
You felt it too?
No, even if Holm does look the part. But I don't know who else could do it, given that we're on their territory.
Many years ago, well before you were born, I crossed paths with one of them. Since then, I've spent my life trying to find it again. When we recovered the Alizif, I was persuaded that von Burchard was working for this demon in one way or another. But I thought he would hand the book to a middleman during this conference. That's where I made an error that could well turn out to be fatal. The one who Burchard was meant to give the book to was none other than the demon in person, Mortimer. Not to mention that Holm had sent Volner to get it for him.
Holm and Mortimer are demons?
They both seem to disagree about many things, but I'll admit I never knew exactly why. There are many of them, Louis, not just those 2.
Mother, have you any proof to support any of this?
Of course, but you do too. You had everything laid out in front of you. Didn't you notice anything?
Well, those property deeds across the world, all signed by the same hand and over several centuries.
I am proud of you, Louis.
I found your notes, written in lemon juice.
Where all eyes size you up. At one stage, I was so afraid of losing my mind that I noted everything down.
Да, мы это находили.
Congratulations, Louis. Wait, please tell me you didn't open Pandora's box.
The urn? No, I didn't. Why?
Good. We'll deal with it later.
I went beyond the nightmare, Mother.
You understood the Masonic date.
1191.
Of course! It was during that siege that the demon took possession of Sir Mortimer. They spent a whole night in conversation until the early hours of the morning. Mortimer had passed the test. He had charmed the demon, and so it chose him to be its host for centuries to come.
Блин.
But tell me, did you find his secret study?
I did indeed.
Did you see his maps of the world?
He has contacts the world over.
Yes, I've been developing the Golden Order across the world for many years, and I've never seen anyone with such influence. It's simply inhuman.
I must admit, I found it difficult to understand how and why Mortimer didn't have a place in history.
On the continent, Mortimer and Holm are mere dandies who organize society balls. History forgets them with a disconcerting facility. No one speaks about them, and yet they whisper in the ears of kings and presidents.
You mean the conference?
How can
Анунаки
you explain
какие-то.
that someone manages to bring together so many important figures without anyone knowing?
And without any security or personnel.
Louis, I am proud of you. You came all this way. You found me. You have surpassed me.
You taught me everything I know. Right. How did it all begin?
I saw him.
What do you mean you saw him?
I was 20 years old. I was young and carefree. I traveled the world in search of adventure. In the Persian Gulf, we came across an ancient grimoire that became unlocked. Composed of 7 parts, each one was a book in itself, set in a sort of metal armor that structured the whole thing. When all the volumes were brought together, they formed a single book. On my return to Paris, I set to studying these pages. I spent all my days and nights studying them.
Oh, I can imagine you doing that.
But the writing was in a language I had never seen before, developed well before Sumerian, in my opinion. So I got the idea to form a small occult circle composed of all the major names in the occult world to see if anyone else could crack it.
And you found no one.
And I found someone, Louis. I found him, or rather he found me. He was young, charismatic, he was flamboyant.
You mean Mortimer?
He was a veritable mine of knowledge. I showed him the book, and he was able to decipher a few passages. We spent several months together studying the pages.
He was already old in those days, wasn't he? So you recognized him when you arrived on the island, right?
No, he wasn't in that body. But I know it was him. I swear it was him. The way he spoke, his posture, a few of his intonations, his mannerisms.
Wait a minute. You were talking about 60 years ago. I've lost the thread.
Yes, sorry. He helped me understand certain passages until I realized that he only translated a few parts for me. But I had aroused his interest. It was too late.
How so?
I mean to say he manipulated me. He used me, and in the end, he stole the book with all its secrets.
Did he ever go to your place?
Not once. At least I don't think so. But before disappearing, he proposed a pact between us. He proposed that I follow him and let him teach me, allow him to bring me up.
And you accepted?
Please don't be stupid. You don't make deals with the devil. After that, I spent my whole life looking for him. 3 years later, in Berlin, I just missed him. In London, I lost 6 members of the order in a chase. In 1741, in Tunisia, I found a sect of fanatics who had crossed paths with him once. 1741, in Poland. 1749, in India.
8 years ago in Venice.
We agreed never to speak about what happened in Venice, Louis.
You agreed, and that was before you spoke to me about demons. Wait, the baby we delivered, you and me, that night in Venice, did he have anything to do with Lord Mortimer?
The child was his son.
We stole his son? Are you insane? I always thought we took him to save him.
That was the case. It was precisely to save him from his father.
Need I remind you the mother died during childbirth? What became of the child?
Later. For the moment, that is not the key issue here. Once we found the Al-Azif in Paris, I followed von Borchart's trail here. I didn't think it would lead me straight to the demon. It was careless of me. He toyed with me for a few days, until I caught on, until I saw him as he was. But he had no intention of letting me leave. We are all his pawns, Louis, and if we don't want to spend the rest of our lives turning round in circles here, we must absolutely get off this island. All right, can we move on?
Wait a minute, one last thing. I want to know what happened with Elizabeth Adams.
Louis, we haven't time for those details.
I'm sorry, Mother, but I want to know.
She was one of the receptacles for these monsters. I met her parents when she was born. One of the demons got inside her. The demon used her to spy on her father, John Adams. He is one of the founding fathers and vice president of the United States, you know.
Mortimer possessed her?
No, I don't think it was Mortimer. Her father, John Adams, hired me to tend to her, but the evil in her was too deep. In spite of the various treatments I tried on her, I never succeeded in getting it out of her. It's not something I'm proud of, Louis, but I had to try everything.
Do you know who killed her?
Absolutely not.
I want to know what happened between you and Emily's sister.
Great responsibility often brings difficult choices, Louis. That's all you need to know.
Mother, I won't take a step further if you don't answer me.
You dare blackmail me?
I'm listening.
All right, I used her. So there you are. Happy now? We had the Al-Azif, and I didn't think we would be able to escape.
Невеселые, потому что они тут с демонами борются.
Ensure that the book did not fall into their hands, or that one of them couldn't read in us where we had hidden it.
Не, крутая игра на самом
I
деле.
asked Emily to...
It's Emma.
Yes, or rather for me, it was Emily. So I asked Emma to hide it without anyone seeing. And then I disposed of her. I am sorry for her, but she was part of the Golden Order, Louis. She knew the rules when she joined.
What did you negotiate about the Al-Azif with Volner?
Absolutely nothing. I managed to pull the wool over his eyes until I found a way to flee.
What was going on with the cannons in Tuscany?
It was nothing.
Since when does the Order finance wars?
The cannons for that Bonaparte fellow? Listen, once in the lion's den, I did whatever I could to appear legitimate. So yes, I pretended to be interested in Mortimer's project about a young military man who was seeking funding for a foundry in Tuscany. Between you and me, if buying China would have enabled me to escape, I would have signed without hesitation.
Samuel Ritter du Choix, you wanted to send me a letter about Godoy.
I wanted you to run a check on Duke Manuel. But frankly, it doesn't really matter anymore now. Godoy is just a pawn like the others. He is not the one I was looking for.
You know, I found your package under a wharf plank.
As a matter of fact, I needed it yesterday. I wasn't expecting anyone to take it.
Я же говорил, мы типа забрали вещи, они могут пригодиться ей.
On the evening of my arrival, Cardinal Piaggi came looking for you. He was determined to give you a letter.
More of his lists. Louis, I think I know what's in that letter, and I beseech you to believe that it is the least of our worries. We can sort that out later.
Are you going to tell me what happened to your hand?
Better than that. I shall show you.
Good. I think that's about right. We shall speak about it once we get back to France.
Great actions for humanity have been decided by demons for centuries, Louis. They are playing with our destiny. We are their slaves. And it's time for it to stop. By the way, what was Mortimer's project at this conference?
He wants the United States to occupy all the North American territory. France should recover Louisiana and give it to the United States. In that case, the Americans would just have to push west to chase the Spanish from the continent once and for all.
And as Mortimer controls Washington, you may just as well say that it will put him at the head of a world superpower. We should do our utmost to put a stop to Mortimer's plans. But for the time being, there are more pressing matters.
Я же говорил, что что-то не так с этим всем.
Are you going to tell me why we're here?
There. That's why we are here.
Чё это? И чё это было? Какой-то часы, что ли? Так. Давайте немножечко прокачаемся. Так. Эрудицию я прокачал. Оккультизм не хочу пока качать. Хитрость. Давайте политику прокачаем. Ну и оккультизм не помешает.
Reassure me, we aren't going to have to force that one, are we?
I don't think we're even capable of doing it. You're going to have to find a way to open it.
Why, of course. And what's inside?
Something to vanquish them with?
Perfect. So, how does it open?
We'll need several keys. I found a note from the architect who conceived the mechanism in Mortimer's secret study. We have to first gather 5 objects before we try anything.
Are the 5 objects the keys?
Exactly. We have the Clement III cross, the nails, the Gutenberg Bible, the exegesis of Judas, an armillary sphere, and all we need to match up the dates between the different calendars.
Why a cross?
Well, I haven't the foggiest idea, but it just so happens that's what you are going to use to activate the mechanism. I found the one Mortimer kept. It belonged to Cardinal Guibert, better known by the name of Pope Clement III.
Pope.
Perfect. Where is it?
Unfortunately, I've lost it. When I lost my hand, I went dashing out, and it must have fallen from my pocket.
Remember, Mother. I'm certain you can remember.
Let me think.
You were running.
I was bleeding to death.
You remember the pain.
I thought I was going to faint. Yes, I remember. I don't think it can be far, can it?
Would you have lost it outside?
No, I don't think so. It must be in the area. I don't remember going up with it.
Perfect. I'll search the crypt before leaving.
Так, гвозди.
Don't ask me. I'm not the one who made the mechanism, you know. When I arrived, there were already a few of them inserted, so I didn't have to worry about those. On the other hand, I remember seeing some in Mortimer's secret study, behind his nightmare.
In a golden cup? Yes. Yes, I saw them too.
Perfect. It will be easy for you to find them then. You need 3 of them.
Very well.
You remember what to do about the rollers. 1191 to enter, and 6466 to exit.
Of course. An exegesis. Anything else?
Did you manage to vanquish the Medusa?
To open the chimney? Yes, absolutely.
So you've already come across it. It's the Bible of Judas that is exposed in the secret room behind the chimney.
Why do they call it an exegesis?
Because that's what it is, and not an apocryphal Bible, strictly speaking. It's the study of a text with a summary, not an actual Bible. Anyway, well done for the Gorgon. You did well. You didn't get tricked by the light bouncing back.
Thanks. Do you think I can take it safely?
We haven't got a choice, Louis. Without it, we won't be able to work out this cursed mechanism.
This is the book in which you left your correspondence with Duchess Hillsborough, isn't it?
That's right.
You still believe it's in the tower room, don't you?
I don't know. There is only one way to find out, though.
Right.
Пойти и проверить.
I shall go and see. There's one in the portrait gallery.
Yes, but it's enormous. If you don't want to have to go back and forth several times, then I suggest you get a smaller one.
What did you do then?
I didn't think I'd need one. I started without one, and I lost my hand before I did need one. And you can see the result.
What do you mean by the concordance of dates exactly?
Don't worry about that. We already have them. They are written on the back of the message I just gave you. One last thing before you go. Be very careful. If you come across anyone, they can all potentially be spies of Mortimer or Holm. Don't ever confide in anyone because a demon can slip inside them at any moment.
Wait, not all of them though. Take Washington.
Especially Washington. He's been conditioned by Mortimer for years. Look at them, for crying out loud. How do you explain their behavior otherwise? The most influential politicians in the Western world gather together without the least protection, without a single aid to assist them, to participate in a conference during which the guests start dropping like flies. Me, Adams, Peru, Hillsborough. Look at the number of calamities that have happened over the past few days. And not one of them has asked to leave the island? Do you find that normal? You'll see. Go up to the manor to look for the keys, and I wager not one of them will speak to you about my being in Emily's room.
Do you think so?
Go on, you'll see. And come back with all the objects in one go. Time is against us. And remember, The code to get out of the secret office is 6466.
Хорошо, так. Давайте логику, допрос. Вот, кстати, большой минус, потому что, типа, психология уже прокачана. Милорд, я усовершенствовал замок на укрепленной двери. Чтобы его открыть, вам понадобится несколько предметов. Крест Климента III. Пометка Сары уже нашла. Несколько гвоздей. Пометка Сары. Мортимер их куда-то унес в кабинет. Библия Гутенберга. Пометка Сары. Эмма оставила ее в башенной комнате. Толкование Иуды. Пометка Сары. Тайная комната в портретной галерее. Армиллярная сфера. Пометка Сары. Неизвестно. Средства для пересчета дат. С уважением, Гюстав. На обратной стороне пересчет дат. А, все уже типа сделано.
You ought to go, Louis. If someone finds us here, the situation might well become seriously complicated.
Так, хорошо, давайте осмотримся.
Honey, the remedy of the gods.
Лекарство богов. Монетка. Пойдет. Пойдет. Еще одна монетка.
Pound.
Ресурсы очень нам пригодятся, поэтому я их пособираю.
Famous cross of Clement III.
А вот и крест.
One key found.
Так, вроде бы все. Уже нашла. Крест Климента я уже нашел. Ну, нашла, типа. Уже нашла. Я же говорю, я буду ходить, собирать ресурсы. Потому что у меня их практически нету. Сейчас я здесь проверю. Все. Можем идти. Сначала, наверное, все соберем, а потом уже сходим в кабинет, правильно? Армиллярная сфера. Я где-то ее видел. По-моему, как раз в кабинете Мортимера я ее видел. Если я не ошибаюсь. Да, вот такая вот, типа, поменьше сфера. Так. Гвозди, Библия. Так, хорошо. Скорее всего, сюда и выйдем, правильно? Так, теперь нам нужна какая-то там башенная комната. Ага, вот она. Пойдет. Пойдет. Я пропустил где-то вход? Ладно.
Ah, Louis, glad you're here.
Чё здесь так темно?
He's gonna talk about my mother.
Come and see what I've found. There are pieces of paper in the ashes of the chimney. Someone's been burning something here.
Incredible. He doesn't seem to want to speak to me about what happened between my mother and the Hillsborough sisters.
Show me a little.
Look, it's possible to distinguish two different writing styles.
The rest of the correspondence between my mother and Emma.
Someone tried to burn an exchange of messages. I'm certain. There must be more.
Shit. What on earth is he doing?
Так, во-первых, я хочу применить, скорее всего...
If you want my opinion, a servant must have burnt some old papers. That's all.
Why, of course. You very nearly made me think that you were trying to hide something, Louis. No, I'm sure there must be other hidden messages.
He won't let go. He's going to work his way back to the Bible if he continues.
Блин.
Dante's Paradise. Raise your head and be reassured, for what comes up here from the mortal world must ripen in our rays.
Hey, look, there.
No, I don't see anything.
Come, Louis, look. Someone's clearly drawn a 4 in the dust. I have a clue.
I better take the Bible before he works his way back to it.
Ну да. Да боже, я типа ни черта не вижу. Почему здесь так темно?
A chest with the occult symbol representing air.
The Bible's still there.
Отлично. Он не разгадает тайну без книги. Так, теперь у нас осталось толкование, армиллярную сферу и гвозди. Толкование. В кабинете Мортимера, по-моему, это было. Армиллярная сфера, по-моему, здесь была. Но где-то я ее точно видел. Хм.
A painting. It looks unfinished. A piece by Lord Mortimer, I presume. A rather avant-garde technique. The Titan against men. How ironic.
Короче, ну вы понимаете. Ладно, давайте проникнем.
Right. This time, it'll be a lot quicker. If I remember rightly, the code was 1191.
Да я помню. Да, тут тайные комнаты, как этот... Ничего сложного, в общем.
Of course.
Ну, конечно! Так, давайте быстренько... Мы здесь ничего нового не найдем, я уверен.
It's locked.
Поэтому сейчас быстренько пробежимся.
Weaknesses of the Human Psyche by Gilhelm Trimor. Gilhelm Trimor. Trimor. An anagram of Mortimer. Wow. Arrogant enough to publish writings on mental control in full view of everyone. I wonder who he's writing for.
Серьезно? Ну это круто. Мы что-то разгадали, интересно.
There. Those are the nails I was looking for. I noticed they were old and rusty, but I hadn't noticed these traces of... Could that be blood? Is it really the relic of the Holy Cross? I can hardly believe it. Looks like obsidian or onyx. It must weigh a ton. What on earth could that be?
Даже нету предположений, понял?
Who could Mortimer have locked in there?
Так, что у нас еще? Толкование Иуды. Тайная комната в портретной галерее.
A chest with a motif representing the alchemical symbol of fire.
Ну, вроде бы мы уже можем выходить, правильно? Походу, да.
All right, come on, let's get out of here.
А, спасибо.
6466, if I remember correctly.
Давай, удачной тебе тоже охоты. А мы пошли взламывать дальше. Систему взламывать. Так. Давайте зайдем в фон Вольнмеру комнату. Возможно, у него эта сфера есть. А, вот она.
An armillary sphere. Perfect. That will save me some time. I only hope that he isn't going to realize it right away.
И, кстати, здесь можно было бы побегать, ну, типа, просмотреть. Я же думаю, ну, типа, он алхимик, ну, короче, знает всякие там приколы. Пойдет. Короче, ну, то есть решили мы головоломку со сферой. Сферу мы нашли. У нас только осталось толкование, которое мы найдем в секретной комнате. Сейчас я просто проверю, ну, есть ли здесь какие-то ресурсы, потому что у меня они ограничены. Ну, или практически их нету, да? Ну, типа, меда нету, но остального тоже нету. Поэтому как-то так. Ладненько, давайте двигай дальше. Но я что-то да вспомнил. Видишь, я где видел эту... Ну, где у меня были предположения, что я видел вот эти вот штуки. Ну, типа, вот эту вот сферу. Было пару вариантов. Либо в кабинете, либо... Либо там, либо там, либо там. Короче, как-то так. Главное, решил. Главное, решил.
The song of Roland. Roland feeleth his death is near. His brain is oozing by either ear. With his brain,
ну да.
already remarkable that he can feel anything. Right. Let's see if the statues are in place yet. That statue is not positioned correctly. Open sesame.
А вот и комната открыта. Так, хорошо.
The ring of the Nibelungs. Even if Mortimer is several centuries old, I don't see what part he has in this legend.
А, мать там говорила, что типа здесь какая-то ящик Пандоры есть.
So that's the exegesis of Judas. I hope Mortimer doesn't read it very often, otherwise he's going to notice that someone's stolen it. But that's just too bad. I need it.
А книгу я заберу. Все, у нас есть все.
Right. I've got what I need. Now let's not waste any more time.
Мы собрали все очень быстро, кстати. Теперь мы можем возвращаться. Но что-то мне это не нравится. Слишком спокойно. Слишком четко мы все сделали. Что-то даже здесь не так. Это всего-навсего 3-й эпизод. Не может такого быть, чтобы мы сейчас прям закончили.
So, good. You've managed to gather all the keys.
Yes, that's right. I have everything. What should I start with?
Place the Clement III cross on the console. Then you have to put the nails on the disc of the door.
What theme did you start with?
As the fresco shows the birth of Christ, I placed one nail in Bethlehem, one in chapter 2, and one in verse 6. The iris opened a little. I thought it was normal. Behind the aperture of the iris, there is a duct in which I put my hand. I felt something like a valve at the bottom. I thought by turning it the door would open, or the iris would open completely, or something else would happen. Instead, I felt something like an axe cut off my hand. I really thought it was the end of me.
What did you do then?
Well, although I had made some unfortunate choices, I was lucky in that Mortimer was well stocked with drugs. I raided his supplies of medicine.
What hole should I put the nails in?
Well, I can't really advise you there, because I haven't exactly made the best choices myself. All I can say is that you have to insert one to choose a town, one to choose a chapter, and one to choose a verse.
All right, my turn now.
Go ahead, impress me. I'll shut up and let you concentrate.
This exegesis contains comments from Judas on the different Gospels. It only contains certain chapters and verses, and the chapters are indicated by Roman numerals. The lexicon refers to different chapters and verses from the exegesis of Judas. Chapter 1, verse 9. Jesus was baptized by John in Jordan on the 9th of Hesvan, 3852. Chapter 1, verse 9. And it came to pass in those days that Jesus came from Nazareth of Galilee, and was baptized by John in Jordan. And coming up out of the water, he saw the heavens opened, and the Spirit like a dove descending upon him. Chapter 19, verse 17. Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3700.
Так, вот тут вот я уже буду с проблемой сидеть, потому что я не понимаю, что нам нужно сделать. А, стоп, смотри.
Chapter 19, verse 17. And he, bearing his cross, went forth into a place called the place of a skull, which is called in the Hebrew Golgotha, where they crucified him, and 2 others with him, on either side, and Jesus in the midst. The cycle of the moons has nothing to do with what I'm doing right now.
Сейчас посмотрим, что получится.
It looks like there are 3 types of inscriptions. These towns have one thing in common. They're all related to the life and death of Jesus. For example, Jordan is the place of the baptism of Christ. There are 3 styles of writing, and I've got 3 nails. There must be a link. I must surely put in 1 nail per category. Clearly, we have names of towns, Arabian numerals, and Roman numerals. The fresco clearly shows the birth of Christ.
Louis, I can assure you that that is not the solution to this enigma. This fresco's only purpose is to mislead. I know that now. Please, focus on another theme about Christ.
We'll have to trust her. You could see that the paint has come off in parts. Difficult to see what was there, but I can distinguish the letters N, R, I. Nothing more. Why, of course. I-N-R-I. Jesus Nazarenus Rex Eudorum. These initials stand for Jesus the Nazarene, King of the Jews. This is the inscription which appears on the cross at the crucifixion of Jesus.
Распятий. Значит, это было распятие?
Chapter 19, verse 17. Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his head. Chapter 19, verse 17. And he, bearing his cross, went forth into a place called the place of a skull, which is called in the Hebrew Golgotha, where they crucified him, and 2 others with him, on either side, and Jesus in the midst. Chapter 19, verse 17.
Голгофа, по-моему.
Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his head. Chapter 19, verse 17. And he, bearing his cross, went forth into a place called the place of a skull, which is called in the Hebrew Golgotha, where they crucified him, and 2 others with him,
Голгофа.
on either side, and Jesus
Хорошо.
in the midst. Chapter 3, verse 18. Words truly pronounced in Abagash. Chapter 3, verse 18. He that believeth in him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already, because he hath not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God. Chapter 3, verse 18. He that believeth in him
Я понял,
is
Голгофа
not
это
condemned,
получается.
but he
18
believeth not is condemned already,
стих 17, правильно?
because he hath not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God.
А, 19 и 17, понял. А, 19.
done, Louis. I hadn't seen those other wheels. Try connecting the theme to see if it goes all the way.
It looks like there are 3 types of inscriptions. Clearly, we have names of towns, Arabian numerals, and Roman numerals. There are 3 styles of writing, and I've got 3 nails. There must be a link. I must surely put in 1 nail per category. These towns have one thing in common. They're all related to the life and death of Jesus. For example, Jordan is the place of the baptism of Christ. There must surely be a connection between the wheels. There are different icons on this wheel, but it looks like some of them can't be connected to the other wheels. Now, given the difference between the number of icons and the number of towns, I think that only one path connects all the wheels with one another. Let's try to connect the theme I've chosen with the rest. Mother, what do you think?
As I told you, I didn't get that far. Nevertheless, these icons do represent moments in the life of Christ.
Но у меня нету возможности, типа, распознать.
This wheel represents the different moons. In the occult sciences, we represent the full moon by an X. As for the dark moon, called the new moon, in cults, it's often associated with something harmful. Look at this. There are notches between each of the wheels. So, I have to link the name of the town from the theme I've chosen to an icon, then to a date, and finally, the date to the moon. This wheel contains several symbols made up of 1 or 2 figures and 1 letter. The highest figure does not exceed 31, and each letter corresponds to a month of the year. A for April, and
Но
A
это я
for
понял.
March. I think these symbols must represent a specific date.
Либо рождение, либо чего-то еще. Ну, руку типа ложить я не собираюсь.
You could see that the paint has come off in parts. Difficult to see what was there, but I can distinguish the letters N, R, I. Nothing more.
Событием. Какое событие у нас есть?
Chapter 2, verse 6. Jesus was born of Mary and Joseph on the 22nd of Teveth at midnight, 3762, in the village of Bethlehem. Chapter 2, verse 6. And so it was that, while they were there, the days were accomplished that she should be delivered.
Стоп, тогда-то у нас типа
And
распятие,
she brought
правильно?
forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. And there were in the same country shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone round about them, and they were sore afraid. Chapter 1, verse 9. Jesus was baptized by John in Jordan.
Да не крещение, распятие, боже, типа я тупанул, смотрел на распятие, нажал крещение.
Chapter 19, verse 17. Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his head.
Нисана, что это такое?
Chapter 19, verse 17. And he, bearing his cross, went forth into a place called the place of a skull, which is called in the Hebrew Golgotha, where they crucified him, and 2 others with him, on either side, and Jesus in the midst. Chapter 2, verse 6. Jesus was born of Mary and Joseph on the 22nd of Taveth at midnight, 3762,
А почему здесь нету...
in the village of Bethlehem. Chapter 2,
Да боже,
verse
не то.
6.
Я
Jesus was
тупить
born of
начинаю
Mary and
просто.
Joseph on the 22nd of Taveth at midnight, 3762, in the village of Bethlehem. Chapter 19, verse 17. Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his
8-го
head.
Ниссана 3900, короче, ну вы
Chapter
поняли.
19, verse 17. And he, bearing his cross, went forth into a place called the place of a skull, which is called in the Hebrew Golgotha, where they crucified him,
Еврейское
and 2 others with
какой-то
him,
город.
on either side, and Jesus in the midst. Chapter 2,
Да боже, ну типа,
verse 6.
ёбулки промазал.
Jesus was born of Mary and Joseph on the 22nd of Taveth at midnight, 3762,
Не спрашивай.
in the village of Bethlehem. Chapter 1, verse 9. Jesus was baptized by John in Jordan on the 9th of Hesvan.
А, это река
3852.
Иордан, черт подери.
Chapter 14, verse 22. On the 7th of Nisan, 3793, Jesus shared his Last Supper in the Cenacle in Jerusalem. Chapter 2, verse 2. Publius Sulpicius Quirinius was born in Lanuvium. Chapter 7, verse 11. Jesus went to Nain. Chapter 2, verse 6.
Так.
Jesus was born of Mary and Joseph on the 22nd of Taveth at midnight, 3762, in the village of Bethlehem.
During new moon, the moon is entirely in the shadow. Then, the shadow moves from west to east, meaning left to right, and goes through the following
Вот,
states.
теперь мы сейчас настроим
Waxing
фазу, там
crescents,
все дела.
First quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous, last quarter, waning crescent, and the cycle starts over with the full shadowed new moon.
moon's shadow moves from west to east. Eighth of Ramadan, 553, waxing crescent.
Смотри, что у нас что у нас сказано?
Chapter 19, verse 17. Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his
Недалеко от
head.
Иерусалима. 8-го Ниссана.
Chapter 19, verse 17. And he, bearing his cross, went forth into a place called the place of a skull, which is called in the Hebrew Golgotha, where they crucified him, and 2 others with him, on either side, and Jesus in the midst. Chapter 5, verse 2. Jesus cures the sick and lame on the 8th of Adar, 3791, in Jerusalem, at the pool of Bethesda. All stand and fling away their canes.
Не понял я, короче. Ни хрена не понял. Ну, типа, почему у меня, ну... Я тупой, типа. Что это за даты?
What theme did you start with?
As the fresco shows the birth of Christ, I placed 1 nail in Bethlehem, 1 in chapter 2, and 1 in verse 6. The iris opened a little. I thought it was normal. Behind the aperture of the iris, there is a duct in which I put my hand. I felt something like a valve at the bottom. I thought by turning it the door would open, or the iris would open completely, or something else would happen. Instead, I felt something like an axe cut off my hand. I really thought it was the end of me.
What did you do then?
Well, although I had made some unfortunate choices, I was lucky in that
Все
Mortimer
подкручено под одну дату, я вот это вот
I
не
raided his
пойму.
supplies of medicine.
I can feel the lever at the bottom.
Good luck.
Я не хочу пока тянуть.
It looks like there are 3 types of inscriptions. There are 3 styles of writing, and I've got 3 nails. There must be a link. I must surely put in 1 nail per category. Clearly, we have names of towns, Arabian numerals, and Roman numerals. These towns have one thing in common. They're all related to the life and death of Jesus. For example, Jordan is the place of the baptism of Christ. Now, given the difference between the number of icons and the number of towns, I think that only one path connects all the wheels with one another. Let's try to connect the theme I've chosen with the rest. This wheel contains several symbols made up of 1 or 2 figures and 1 letter. The highest figure does not exceed 31, and each letter corresponds to a month of the year.
Боже, типа, ой, ты тупой, я тупой, я тупой. Я дважды тупой, я понял.
Look at this. There are notches between each of the wheels. So, I have to link the name of the town from the theme I've chosen to an icon, then to a date, and finally, the date to the moon.
Точно, смотри. Допустим, есть у нас... распятие, да? Так. Блин. Переборщил. Где-то здесь я видел распятие. Вот это вот оно. Есть.
Let's see what combination corresponds to the chosen theme. Let's see what combination corresponds to the chosen theme.
Нам нужно хотя бы Назарет, он в Вифлееме, он родился. Вот, по-моему, эта штука. Блин, ну у меня теперь нету типа очей. Из Назарета, правильно? Так, ну нам нужно именно смерть его.
Chapter 19, verse 17. Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793.
Как вот это вот понять? 8-го Ниссана 3793 года. Это как понять?
Chapter 19, verse 17. And he, bearing his cross, went forth into a place called the place of a skull, which is
Я не
called
понимаю.
in the Hebrew Golgotha, where they crucified him, and two others with him, on either side, and Jesus in the midst.
Я думал, это вот эти вот символы должны соответствовать тому, что типа произошло. Но на самом деле нам нужно в Голгофе, правильно? Типа хрещение, окей, типа хрещение в Вифлееме, Назарет. А, нет, он типа Иисус из Назарета, правильно? Ну вот здесь его крестили. Короче, я не понимаю. Ну, типа, это тупая, типа, ну, здесь не сопоставишь так, как ты хочешь. А, типа, я не вижу вот этот вот символ распятия. Где распятие? То свеча, то не распятие. Вот это вот что, типа, в крови? А, может сопоставить так, чтобы оно, типа, было в крови и все? И у меня очков нету, чтобы, типа, это сделать. Боже, типа, я сейчас просто полезу и посмотрю, как и правильно его сделать. Просто, типа, вымораживает эта штука.
Look at this. There are notches between each of the wheels. So, I have to link the name of the town from the theme I've chosen to an icon. Then, to a date. And finally, the date to the moon.
Это я понял. Какую дату взять, типа, распятие? Ну, здесь нету распятия. Я не вижу, что вот это вот за символ. А, вот это вот, скорее всего, распятие. Хорошо, 8-е это... Что такое 8-е? Терновый венок. Это распятие. Вот я не вижу, что вот здесь вот. Да боже, типа. События.
Chapter 19, verse 17. Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his head.
А, терновый венок, вот.
Chapter 19, verse 17. And he, bearing his cross, went forth into a place.
Что такое 8-й Нисан?
Which is called in the Hebrew Golgotha, where they crucified him, and two others with him, on either side, and Jesus in the midst.
Что такое Ниссана?
Chapter 19, verse 17. Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his head.
Хорошо, сейчас я посмотрю. Что за 8-е Ниссана? 3000 еврейский календарь. Это апрель. Еврейский календарь. Погоди, у меня же где-то были пометки, правильно? А, 26 марта 33-го, 7 шаббата. Боже, типа, я тупой, блин. Ну, тупой, я, простите, все, я понял. Вот же оно. 8 Ниссана. Шаббата там что-то. 7 шаббата.
7th of Shaban, 607, first quarter.
Первая четверть. Двадцать 26 марта. Первая четверть. Так, как там луны двигаются?
The moon shadow moves from west to east.
С запада на восток. Слева направо, правильно? Или справа налево? Сейчас я посмотрю. Справа справа запад. Слева восток. А, во, все. Ну, типа, да, я тупой. Справа запад. С запада на восток, правильно? Сейчас еще раз гляну. Чтобы не отрубило мне руку. Справа налево. А значит, первая четверть справа налево это... Боже, а типа как она будет смотреться? Луна движется справа налево, правильно? Вот так вот. Значит, если она будет выходить вот так вот... Ну, вот так вот, по идее. Пожалуйста. Ну, если я здесь погибну, знаете, я был смекалистый.
I can feel the lever at the bottom.
Good luck.
Значит, не ту хрень я открыл, боже, типа. Идите в баню, короче, блин. Справа налево, слева направо, блин. Ну, типа, я недоволен этим. Я тупо недоволен. У меня был идеальный план. Я его придерживался. Я недоволен. Очень недоволен. Ну, потому что я решил эту головоломку. На самом-то деле я ее решил. Такое что-то. Короче. Ладно. Что-то я слишком засиделся. Ну, короче, сегодня еще один стрим будет. Понюх. Блин, ну как так-то? Я типа... Единственное, я с чем не уверен, это был с фазами Луны. Справа налево. Она идет справа налево, да? По часовой стрелке, не по часовой стрелке. Короче, я типа вот только с этими фазами проморгал. Ну типа, как понять справа налево? И что? Короче, первая четверть. В общем, еще сегодня один стрим будет. Там примерно через часик, может быть. Может быть меньше. Будет нюх, скорее всего, попроходим погорим немножко. В общем, спасибо всем за внимание. Блин, ну недоволен я этой ситуацией, недоволен. Ну, недоволен я и все. Хоть ты тресни, недоволен. Ладно. Следующий стрим буквально через часик запущу. Всем спасибо за внимание, всем удачной охоты, хорошего дня, хорошего настроения. До новых встреч. Встретимся сегодня. Оповещение я дам.